Hi there, Mr. Andrews.
Hello, Doctor.
They told me you'd come into the emergency department. Your breathing's lousy at the moment, eh?
Yes, yeah. This helps a bit.
Yeah? How long has it been really rotten, the breathing?
Oh, last 4 or 5 hours it's got really, really bad.
Are you reasonably comfortable lying down with the oxygen and the fluids?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. And the nursing staff told me we've arranged for you to come up to the ward. You'll be coming up to the ward within the next couple of hours or so.
Yes.
Mr. Andrews, is it okay if we just talk for a moment or two?
Yes, of course, Doctor.
I've got something which is quite important that I discuss with you. It's one of these sort of hospital regulation things, but it's quite important. And obviously I find it a little bit awkward to talk about it, but I need to. The situation with you has been steadily getting worse over the last few weeks and couple of months. And I guess it was 4 or 5 weeks ago that you and I, we talked about how things were going and why the treatment for the cancer wasn't working. Yeah. And that's when we applied to the palliative care unit, you remember, for the hospice care. But unfortunately the breathing's got dramatically worse just now, so we got to come into hospital. Now, because you're going to come to part of the hospital, I have to ask you this question. In the event of your heart stopping beating, do you want us to try and restart it? Does the question make sense to you?
It does. Okay. What are the chances of success if you do that, Doctor?
That's the most important question. What are the chances of us trying to start it actually succeeding? Well, the truth is that in cases of advanced cancer like yours, in which unfortunately the end of your life is sort of expected, there isn't really any measurable chance of us trying to succeeding in restarting the heart if we tried. So there isn't any reasonable chance of it happening. It would not succeed. But I still have to ask you the question, only because that's the way that the hospital functions, you know.
In that case, Doctor, don't even attempt it. Let it go. Let me go.
I hear you, and I'll record that in the chart that you and I have had this conversation. And you don't want the heart, don't want us to attempt to restart it. Is obviously I'm going to be up and seeing you a lot on the ward, and I'll look after any symptoms, any discomfort, and so on. Is there anything that you and I haven't talked about which you'd like us to talk about?
No, we've spoken for quite some time about this, and what you told me now is the end of it, I'm afraid. Nothing further, no.
I wish it wasn't like that, but I think it is.
You prepared me rather well, Doctor.
That's important. All right, Mr. Andrews, what we'll do is within the next hour or so we'll get you up to the ward, and when you're settled in and tucked up comfortably in bed, I'll come and see you up there.
Thank you, Doctor.
Bye-bye for now.